Metroidvania review part 2. And today I have Nick and Jacob with me. If you have watched the Legend of Zelda crossed with Super Metroid randomizer, you may remember Nick.
And I was there.
He was there. And say hi, Jacob.
Hi, Jacob.
Oh no, dad jokes. I was actually kind of impressed with my main file. I didn't realize that I had gotten 99%. I don't know what that means. I'm pretty sure it goes into like 200% or something, but it surprised me.
That defeats the purpose of percents.
But let's go ahead and I'm just pulling up my chat here so I can see what people are saying, and let's get going.
Before the stream started, Nick told a great joke. I think you should tell it again.
What was the joke?
Awesome setup. Thanks.
And
yeah, I was just asking if there was an environmental station beta where all the enemies are like, geez, I don't know. It's still funny.
It is, though.
Alright, so where we left off last time is we were in this water section here, and I have no idea where I'm going. We just unlocked the green cubes here, so we can start going this direction. And there's a boss.
We need our buddy on screen so he can scream at us.
You know, I wanted to end last session with a boss, and we were literally like 2 feet away from a boss when we quit. Go figure. So, Nick, last week I was mentioning that one of the things, my favorite things about Environmental Station Alpha is the bosses. I think that they have some of the best bosses in the genre.
Just because of the variety, or
the skill level? It feels like
Clever setup.
Yeah, they're very clever. And when people ask me about what are games like Hollow Knight, this has a lot of differences. We'll talk about that. But if you like the bosses in Hollow Knight, this is a great second game to try.
Okay.
As I'm talking,
Yeah, they all feel pretty clever. Maybe Nick and I can discuss while you're focusing.
I was coming in here with all those broken, like, glass tubes. I feel like the person that made that area played the part in Super Metroid where you blow up the glass tube and was like, I want a whole level of that.
Well, I think that this game is definitely inspired by Super Metroid, as many Metroidvanias are. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, and then let's try not to die. We're going to go ahead and carefully swim back to the save point if I can. I'm going to die on the way back, watch. That fish is going to get me. So later on you get like a...
Oh, man.
Later on you get like a little jet that lets you go faster underwater, but we're not there yet.
That was harder than the boss.
Oh my gosh. Sometimes that's how... Ooh, that was really close.
That would be tragic.
Could you have imagined if I hit that just now? Okay, I beat
That
the boss on
awesome.
I beat the boss on a first try for once. I was bragging last time that the first time I played this game, none of the bosses beat me before some specific ones, which we'll hopefully see today. And then I played last week, and I was dying all over the place. Of course, we were a little bit flustered since we had some technical difficulties with the game that we said we were going to.
Well, trying to talk while you're doing it too is tricky.
Not totally an issue, because sometimes my wife watches me.
I try to give you an out, man. You got to take it.
He's like, no, that's not the reason. I'm just bad at the game.
Now we can move fast underwater. And I believe that this lets us go through the places that shoot your, or that push you around. Let's give that a shot real quick, just to test it. So I said last time that one of the reasons why people might like this is because you have short range, and that makes it similar to Hollow Knight. That was kind of dumb to say that, and I want to kind of clarify that what I meant is that positioning is very important in this game, just like it is in Hollow Knight. Obviously, because this game is a more ranged combat type game, and Hollow Knight, of course, is primarily melee, you're going to have some major differences there, and of course that's going to lead to preferences that people might have.
Jeez. Where was that tentacle before it came out?
In Cthulhu Land.
Oh, alright. I hate
kind
that
of pictured them as like big squid things inside those and their pipes or something.
They push their way out.
I don't remember how I got past this last
They're just trying to get help. They're like, hey, I'm stuck in this pipe.
They're trying to give you a high five.
So this grappling hook is the main feature of this game. And I guess we can't go that way.
It's fun to watch
So
them
it's,
use it too.
What was the game that had... Oh, Bionic Commando.
Oh yeah, that game was literally all block grappling hooks. Oh great.
Yeah, I was all grapple all the time.
Can I like do a jump out of the water? I'm just trying to figure out where we're going next. We don't have Denzo on the stream this time, so he was really helpful last time with his knowledge of 9 times playing this game. Let's try going. Let's try going down. Let's go to the safe. Or we can
Let's
just get
try
ourselves
going
killed.
down.
Let's get badgered to death.
Emphasis on try. So Jacob
The first
brought
time I
in.
played this, I wasted all the bosses. Whap, 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 death.
Jacob brought up an interesting subject last week that I didn't expound on very well, and I wanted to kind of address that again, and that is Cave Story a Metroidvania? And Nick, what do you think? Do you think Cave Story is a Metroidvania?
I mean, my definition of Metroidvania is undeniably looser than probably most that are passionate about the genre, so I would say undeniably that Cave Story is a Metroidvania.
Are you?
But it's obviously more linear than the more prevalent examples, but because of the combat and the way it plays out, and the fact that there is backtracking and that you do have some control over where you go, I would say that I would put it in the same bucket as other Metroidvanias.
And one of the people that has been credited for being the creator of the Metroidvania name, he counts it as a Metroidvania. So obviously, if he made up the name, then obviously he's right.
Well, yeah.
What I
End
said.
of discussion.
My problem with that theory is that the guy who created the animated GIF calls it GIF, and it's like, no, I have to disagree with the creator in that case.
Yeah, but he call it GIF from the very beginning.
Okay, I feel like
I don't care if he invented the thing, it's called a GIF.
I think we need to go back to the save point. I think that's where we're supposed to go next. I don't think we're supposed to leave the water area because the ability upgrade we just got is centered around being in water. All right, so I need to remember.
You get it and then immediately leave.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's possible there's another water section somewhere else, but I don't remember seeing one. Again, we were discussing a lot last time, so okay. I think I see where we need to go.
So what is
well,
the
that worked.
lore of, what's the lore of Environment or Station Alpha?
So you're a robot that was put onto this station to investigate, I think it was a distress signal or something like that. We actually, I realized that we kind of skipped past the intro last time. But essentially, the station's in trouble, and it's important to society in some way, so they sent this robot to investigate. And so you're in here trying to look at logs of researchers that were on here to figure out what's going on with the station and whether or not they can fix it.
So are all the animals here supposed to be here?
Yeah, it's an environmental experiment station. It's kind of like a biosphere.
So it's broken, so they send a robot in that just shoots the place up.
Yes.
We're researching all these
Nice.
wonderful, amazing animals. Blah, 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 blah.
Isn't that what you do,
See, they're
what you
actually-
do in video games? Like Lara Croft, you know, and she's going on her archaeological dig and killing every endangered species, tiger
T-Rex.
and Yeah,
I think
we
she
found a
T-Rex.
Tyrannosaurus Rex. Let's shoot it with a shotgun.
You should call it Tomb Destroyer.
Pretty much. So on the subject of what is a Metroidvania, it's a subject that I don't like to fight about because everybody has their own definition on it. And I know that some people can get really passionate about it, and it's a little bit ironic that I'm running this website to review these games, and I have such a loose, diplomatic definition.
I mean, to me, it's not even just Metroidvanias that I have a very loose definition of. It's really all genres in general. I mean, genres are only useful in their ability to convey what to expect from a game. And probably you're not going to be depending on that title alone to figure out if you're going to like the game or not, which means fighting over what is and what isn't in any particular genre is ultimately kind of pointless. At least in my opinion.
So I think we could have
There's
gone
always
this
weird
way
outliers.
earlier. Okay, there's a teleporter there. That'll be good. Oh, great. But we can't use it because of the blue blocks. Right, and
Something
one of my biggest
viewers of the stream. Oh, God.
one of my biggest arguments with following along what Nick just said is that Super Metroid and Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the two games that Nick, if you could turn your volume down just a little bit, we're having a little bit of an echo.
Oh yeah, you bet.
The two games that nobody denies as a Metroidvania are completely different. Like if you like RPGs, but not action platformers, or if you would prefer that your character would level up, then you're going to like Symphony of the Night more. If you prefer that your gameplay is going to be based off of skill, then Metroid's going to be better for you. And that is a very broad and inadequate comparison between those two games. I'm aware that Igavania games can be just as skill-based in many ways, but they're different, and that's what my point is. There's a guy on one of the Discords that I'm on who asserts that Hollow Knight is the only Metroidvania now because it is so perfect at what it does.
I mean,
That's taking it a little too far.
although it is perfect.
But if you want a game like Hollow Knight, and we started off this stream talking about how this game is like Hollow Knight in the sense that the bosses are similar, there are so many other differences that, like, there is no character customization in this game. What you have is what you get. There are no, like, fun collectibles like Geo is everywhere in Hollow Knight, and you can use that to customize your character in so many ways, or change how you go through the game. This doesn't have any of that. Oh good, the char shot. This is very important. And we're gonna die, because I am taking way too many hits. I'm never gonna hit these guys from here. So the charge shot gives a little bit of extra range to your weapon, and does not let you kill these annoying... You just have to tank through those, I think.
Just high five them back, man.
Oh, I can break the blue blocks. That's
Save us, we're stuck.
as long as you get to the save point before you die, everything's okay.
Speaking of the genre argument, something that viewers of the stream might not know is that growing up in high school, we played a lot of rhythm games, kind of whatever we could get our hands on as far as like Dance Dance Revolution or Guitar Man or things like that. And looking at those today, they're so different from one another as far as like, I wouldn't even give like Star Wars Just Dance the time of day. It just feels so awful and like such a betrayal of that,
I want to comment that some people love that game, and that's okay.
No, I'm just saying.
It was a betrayal to Just Dance, is what it was a betrayal to.
Well, both probably. It's like you can't have unsettled dancing like that. It's just like no,
This guy's
this
gonna kill
doesn't.
me. This guy's so gonna kill
I mean, to be fair, we never saw him dance in the movies, so we don't know how well he can dance.
me. Well,
It's
it was Just Dance, man. You just had to dance.
You had to do it.
can't see, but he's actually crying the whole time.
It's a strange,
He's
it's a
being
strange
forced.
force power. Yeah, it's a strange force power, the dance force power that makes you dance.
If you look closely enough, you can see the puppet strings.
So, as you can see, each of these bosses have like very unique patterns to them. And have kind of a puzzle to figure out.
This gives me a Mega Man X vibe.
Well, there's going to be a lot more that gives you a Mega Man X5 once we get the dash power, which I think is going to happen soon. So I apparently got to where I was in my original file in 8 hours, so this game isn't particularly long for the normal ending. I will say that I did not do all of the extra content, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to stream this game. I call this the unfinished business stream. Bye-bye. My kid. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot about this.
That cocky bye-bye.
I knew there was a boss really early on that had 2 phases, and it shocked me like the first time I did it. I'm like, whoa, 2-phase boss this early in the game? Really? And that is what Environment Station Alpha is all about. Is surprising you. Like, nothing in this game is what you would expect it to be, and we're probably going to die. Although this isn't too difficult. Okay, if I can get one more hit, we can do this. Oh my
Kill
gosh.
the lightsaber snake.
With one life left. Oh goodness.
Wow.
Now we're going to be tiptoeing to the next checkpoint. Oh,
Can you tiptoe to the last checkpoint?
I don't even remember where it is. It's actually right around the corner, so I think I might be able to do it. Let's try it. There's a save point right before this boss. I think this game is very good about giving you save points right before bosses, but those platforms are one way, so we have to move forward. So hopefully there's nothing dangerous that makes us have to do that again. I think we're safe in here.
As he touches the green stuff and explodes.
Yeah, I was thinking Celeste.
Alright, so we're supposed to go to the jungle center, and the suspicion that what's wrong with the station is a computer virus. Dun dun dun.
Would you call Celeste a Metroidvania?
It had the Metroidvania tag on Steam for a while, and basically, if you go left sometimes instead of just right, it gets the Metroidvania tag on Steam. So on my website, I have that How Metroidvania Is It scoring, and of course, that's all my opinion. In my opinion, there are levels of Metroidvania. And basically how I judge it is that if you could reskin it as Samus or Alucard, then it's a perfect fit. And then I just kind of scale it down from there. How far does it stray from Super Metroid or Symphony of the Night? And as soon as you get to medium fit, people are going to start disagreeing. I put Iconoclasts in medium fit, and there are people that insist that Iconoclast is not a Metroidvania, for instance. That's one of the ones that I got yelled at about for reviewing it.
I like how with all the problems in the world, that's what people decide to have a hard time about.
There's an
Sometimes
argument.
you just got to go out there and you got to find your own thing to be angry about. You're like, this is my thing, and I'm gonna die on this hill.
There is an
Yeah,
argument.
the Iconoclast is not a Metroidvania, though.
There is the argument that it degrades the genre.
I'm telling you.
To not be restrictive, but you go to like roguelikes and things like that. That apparently has a very vocal community about what should be included in roguelikes and which ones should not be, and etc. So it is what it is.
It's pretty hard. Roguelites are a tough game to turn into a Metroidvania just because there are gameplay elements that are in direct contradiction to each other.
But that said, I think my mind's drawing a blank. It's featured on my site right now. A robot named Fight.
Dead Cells?
A robot named
Oh,
Fight
alright.
does a very good job being a Metroidvania while still a roguelite. It's like a mini Metroidvania each time. You can beat the game in about half an hour each time. Oh yeah, we can shoot farther through walls now. So anyway, it is what it is. If you want to say something's a Metroidvania and I disagree, that's just the way the world works.
Well, I mean,
What's the most
obviously, Enter
outrageous
the Gungeon.
example?
Enter the Gungeon is obviously a Metroidvania.
Best Metroidvania. What were you saying, Jake?
I would say, what's the the most unironic claim that you've heard?
Mega Man X is a Metroidvania. What do you mean
Definitely
unironic?
not.
Somebody on the
You can-
Metroidvania subreddit made that argument though, and you get ability upgrades, so.
And you can go back to revisit old areas. You can.
But this is the joke about we can't go this way because of these red blocks. I don't think. Let's see if we can sequence break it. I think we might be able to. I don't even know if it's a good idea to sequence break this, but I always try. I'm like obsessed with sequence breaking. They got me in trouble playing Super Metroid. I got like the Super Bomb like super early. And we just sequence broke that. I don't know if it's gonna allow us to get very far, but I'm so glad we have the charge shot now. Like every power you get, this game just gets better. But that's true of a lot of Metroidvania. Yeah, this is as far as we can make it. Oh wait, we might be able to sneak through here. Nope, this is a one-way
Double
platform.
sequence break.
I don't think we can do it. I don't think there's anything I can swing off of. Okay, well we can't go this way. So our goal
Good
is to
try.
get up to that marking up in the top left, I think. So we're just trying to find ways to do that, and that is part of what makes a Metroidvania is figuring out where to go next. Some people don't like that part of the genre, and something more linear like Guacamelee is more to their flavor, and that's fine.
On the whole, I'm okay with some level of exploration and struggle. Like, not to repeat myself over and over, although I don't think I've said it in the stream yet, but Hollow Knight definitely does an excellent job. Well, I don't know.
Well, the thing that makes Hollow Knight
I
great
think
is that you have so many options on how to get to other places, and it's built into the game, and that's really something that is one trait that Super Metroid has that is difficult to mimic. And Super Metroid, part of that is that they had those advanced techniques like wall jumping and stuff like that that makes it possible to sequence break in wonderful ways. But Hollow Knight, you don't have to necessarily know how to do pogo jumping and things like that to get to a lot of the places you can go. There was a teleporter here the whole time. Ugh. Okay.
Bum bum ba-dum.
I'm probably gonna go use it to save somewhere.
I wonder how many people know what that sound effect is actually from.
Probably fewer
Price is
by the
Right?
day.
Is that
They
even,
still make new Prices Right. Yeah, it's Drew Carey still, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, but who watches it?
Don't offend people that watch Price
I
is
just
Right.
insulted people on the stream that watch Price is Right.
Yeah, they slowly reach out and turn it off because they were watching it right now.
The first thing they hear on the stream, like, oh, I'm really looking forward to this new Metroidvania review stream. Oh,
Oh, they're anti-Price is
just
Right.
insulted
tier.
my Drew Carey.
I think it's funny because growing up, the two morning shows were Price is Right and Let's Make a Deal. And there was a show back in the 90s and maybe early 2000s called Whose Line Is It Anyway? And it was this improv show. And maybe everybody still knows what that show is, and I'm explaining myself and I look like an idiot. But anyway, two people on that show were Wayne Brady and Drew Carey. And now the hosts of Let's Make a Deal and Price is Right are Wayne Brady and Drew Carey.
Well, actors, what are we doing? We're friends from high school streaming this right now, and, friends just work well together. And when you're trying to do a comedy,
Yep.
I think it's important that you have chemistry, and if you're already friends, it helps. Oh, no.
You 50 people saying that we don't have any chemistry.
They're gonna name us specifically too.
This is my sequence breaking obsession hitting me again. Okay.
Gotta do it.
You gotta do it. There's a secret up here, and I have to get it.
Nice.
You found a data diskette! So we can't play that until later, but it's just fun to get. Let me make sure there's nothing else back here. So this game, like many games, has little markings on the map of where things are, and like Super Metroid, it doesn't tell you if you've gathered something or not, which, you know, I like it when it tells you, but I'm not gonna necessarily mark a game down for it.
Do it. Mark
Quality
it
of
down
life.
for it.
Mark it down, mark it down. Environmental Station Alpha, 2 out of 5. We're gonna try this elevator.
You know what game lets you mark the map? Metal Gear Survive.
It's a Metroidvania
5 out of
now.
5.
Marking map, Metroidvania.
They actually let you stamp the map with like 50 different little icons. It's actually an incredibly robust system for a game that gets pretty grindy and boring.
I was gonna say, I wish I had that on a lot of games.
It is quite nice.
That is the most important save point in the game because it's one of the few teleporters that's next to a save point. So you'll be teleporting back to that spot just to save every time you find its teleporter. In my opinion, every teleporter should just be a save point when you have situations like that, but...
Since it basically turns every teleporter into a save point anyway.
Right.
Just takes the extra step.
Right. But, I don't know, I can't remember if this game like turns off teleporters at some point in the game or anything like that. It's possible that happens.
I'm trying to think of games that I've gotten the most lost in. I'm pretty notorious for getting lost in games. Probably something like Shenmue or maybe even Okami.
So some of these darker areas, the beautiful pixel graphics that Jake and I both love, are actually sometimes a problem because the convenience can be a little bit hard to tell just because of the graphics.
Oh, I liked that fish's teeth.
You looked rad.
I love that. That's great.
Oh, jeez. You know, these animals probably shouldn't be attacking you if you're a robot. Like, you don't look like food. You don't smell like food.
Well, I am dressed like a
Whoa.
human, so which maybe have been a mistake on the part of the robot designers. Oh, pfft. Let's send a human like. Oh, there's a platform there. See what I meant by sometimes the graphics work against you in these darker areas.
Oh man, is that a spinning buzzsaw?
It's a spinning buzzsaw. This is the official marker of a Metroidvania. This is a joke between Nick and I, is that so many Metroidvania games have these buzzsaws in them.
Oh, that hurts.
Anyway, I don't want to. One of the most common subjects on any forum that talks about Metroidvania is X or Y a Metroidvania. I get tired of it, so I will cease to make that joke over and over again. I'm sure it'll come up again because that's just part of the genre at this point.
Truthfully, who cares, you know?
Well, some
Oh,
people-
wow.
By me saying that, I just
Actually-
made a lot of people mad.
Oh no! It just fell the whole way. Oh no!
You dodged every platform on the way down, too.
I'm very good at that.
Honestly, well, I feel like it's part of, like, that's been baked into our brains as people that play games. When you're falling, your automatic muscle memory is to dodge things.
I think
Because
that's
that's
probably
most of the
true.
time what we're doing.
No. Don't want to die, which is my general feeling in life.
Stream is starting to look a little choppy, just so you know.
Yeah. Hopefully that's just a internet thing and it'll catch up. Oh, I found a life thing, so that's good.
Holding fairly strong. Oh jeez, this place looks savage.
Yeah, it's getting really choppy. I'm seeing that on my... Is it still pretty bad, Jake?
It looks good right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it got
But it was choppy up until you said that.
Alright. And maybe I should just stop moving for a second. So I think on my main file I only have 24 hit points. Like I only found that many life upgrades. And I think that's all that's up in this area. I think we're supposed to go left. But that's okay, I'll take a life upgrade, especially for where we're heading next. Oh gosh. Let's get out of here. Alright, I think we can...
I like how that ball exploded at the end.
So you get this dash move underwater, which lets you get to that disc faster than that thing can explode, but we can't do it yet. So that is one of the few secrets that you can find to get life. One thing that we brought up last week, Nick, is that this game does not have any drops at all. So if you are hurt, your only choice is to either get to a save point or one of those healing points.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
There are not many games that have 0 drops. So the only reason to kill enemies is to just get them out of the way.
Right.
Just progress.
Which is one of the reasons why I've been tanking through everything. And I like that. I get hit by that every single time. There's this trap in I just did it twice. There's this trap in La Mulana 2 that I swear I got hit by it like 50 times.
Proving your point here.
Right. I don't know. I'm like, is there something wrong with me? Seriously? Like, why do I keep falling for this?
It reminds me of the... there was one particular type of trap in Sultan Sanctuary that I don't know why, but I hit it every single time.
The rake in the face trap?
Yes!
Every time. Alright, so this section is blocked off, so we have to find computers to set this up. Alright, I think we're heading on the... Jake, how would you describe Ornstein and Smo in Dark Souls? What role do they play?
They'd be a definite skill wall, I would say.
I would say it's probably the...
Is that what you meant?
Yeah, the moment of epiphany in that game. Like, this is the true Dark Souls. Like, when people do pictures of Dark Souls to depict it, Ornstein and Smo come up a lot, even though they're not the most attractive people.
I think that plays to their strength though, because they're memorable despite that.
Right. Anyway, we're about to hit the Ornstein and Smo of Environmental Station Alpha. And that is this section right here. This is the section that...
I'm getting a choppy stream again.
Okay. This is the section that will...
I think it doesn't like the drifting down confetti stuff.
Yeah, that's not good. Is it still pretty choppy?
Yeah, it's pretty much locked up on my stream.
Let's see if I can change a setting here.
Yeah,
choppy too, so I think that this connection based probably.
Let me see here. Let's see if I can change a setting or two here and see if I can fix it. Yeah, I'm still here. Alright, we'll see what we can do. How ironic that we get to the place that is probably the most important for the stream. Let me leave this area and see if the stream catches back up. I'm working on it. Alright, we'll see if it's caught up at this point. And we'll try and change some settings. I don't remember where the button is for... Here we go. Put All right, you guys able to jump back in? You think my internet went down? All right, you guys able to hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know what that was all about. All right, so I changed the bitrate on the output. There might be a little bit of lag in what you see, but hopefully it will stop the choppiness. Let me know if it picks back up again.
Sounds good.
Important keeping it up to.
You missed an interesting conversation, by the way.
What did you guys talk about?
Nick had a declaration to make.
Oh, okay. That's worrisome.
How much he hates Dark Souls.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know that.
Oh, that's nothing. Seriously, though, why don't you care for it?
Is he there? Okay, it looks like we're streaming okay in this area now, so I think that fixed it.
Okay, there we go. I don't know what happened there.
Okay.
I started having technical issues.
Alright, well, you know, it's gonna happen. Anyway, Jacob was asking why you hate Dark Souls so much.
I do not hate Dark Souls. My problem with Dark Souls is that I feel
already
like
know
it
the
wastes
answer.
my time. We've had this discussion. Darren and I have discussed this ad nauseum to the point that we were both sick about talking about it. But it's I hated the mechanic that I hated in Dark Souls, and I understand that this doesn't bother other people, is I hated having to do, like, the perfect example is you go to a boss, you fight through a gauntlet of enemies, you get to the boss, you die at the boss, you go back to the campfire, and then you have to fight through that gauntlet of enemies again, which isn't really an issue, it's just a waste of time. And then you get to the boss fight and die again, and you just do that over and over and over, and it just kind of wore me down, it wore me out. And I couldn't really tell you why that didn't bother me as much in other games, like Hollow Knight, but it really bothered me, especially in the early Dark Souls games.
Yeah, I'm glad you said the early ones. Although I was playing some 3 this morning earlier, and I was going through Earthfell Dungeon. I don't know if you're familiar with that area or not, but there's basically no bonfire except at the very beginning. And so if you die, there's some really obnoxious enemies you've got to work your way back through. And I had to do that like 4 or 5 times. So I do get it. I understand why people don't care for that. But usually my strategy is just run past stuff when I get to that point.
Yeah, and I mean, and you can do that most of the time. But it's also
easier.
why I don't like. It's why I don't like multi-stage bosses, because especially if it's long, if it takes you like 5 minutes to get through stage 1, and then you fight stage 2, and you keep dying on stage 2, I hate that.
I see.
It's the white things that are hurting me. Let's just get through.
There's one boss in Dark Souls that will stay on its current phase, but it's kind of still universally a hated boss. I actually kind of like it.
The reason why that boss has multiple phases is because it is the most bullcrap boss in the entire Dark Souls series.
I actually still kind of like it now.
There are things I like about it. And we're talking about the Bed of Chaos for anybody who's played Dark Souls.
I like how we instantly knew without...
I don't think I even had to say it. I think everybody knows what I'm talking about. Who's played Dark Souls. You know, I was actually thinking to myself, it'd be fun to stream the Souls games, and like nobody's ever done that before.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, I know, and I understand that the popular games are probably going to be more likely to... I hate that spider so much. Oh, I think we're getting close to where you get the dash ability. So the boss that just makes this game and really teaches you that this isn't an easy cakewalk game is definitely in this area. I think I'm supposed to go left though instead of the way I went. I'm actually excited to try it again.
Appealing area.
Nick, did you ever read the Far Side comic?
So
yeah, Gary Larson.
Yeah, do you remember the one? Look at all the stars, Becky. There must be millions of them.
I don't remember that. I will Google.
As a kid, that's like exaggerating. There's like 4 little stars in the sky. That's what this reminds me of. Like.
So that computer there was just saying that we need to turn a generator on before we can get through this area. So keep that in mind. Something to remember for later on. One thing that's nice about this game is that the area really isn't that big. And it restricts your passage to different areas in different ways, which we'll see very soon here. Okay, so this is the ability gate here. We could not enter this area without the charge shot. I think we may have been able to get this far before if you came here first, but... Oh gosh, I hate those things. The scorpions. Like, you have to be really careful not to get hit by anything because of the fact that nothing drops health or anything like that. I think there might be a secret hidden up in... I think it might be just a disc, though. Data disc. Anyway, we'll worry about that later. I don't think
Looks like this game is very, very fond of enemies that spawn out of areas in the level.
Like this
like that spider, or
right.
That's the Black Widow, or whatever it was on the last screen.
Yeah.
Oh, although now that I see him, I can see he's hanging up above, so that's good. It's telegraph.
Yeah. I think the flat branches you can stand on. Whoops. These spiders are neat.
Wait.
Yeah.
Or was that his own observation?
What?
Some of these branches look strong enough to hold a robot.
Oh gosh. Come on, jump. Jump so I can shoot you in the face.
Oh, Denzo is in the stream.
Hey, it's Denzo.
Or watching.
Hi, Denzo.
Guess where we're headed next, Denzo? It's everybody's favorite boss. I think that's where we are. I could be completely wrong. I don't think I can grapple these platforms now, so I think we can make
I'm sure
that.
Denzo will tell us if we are.
Oh yeah, Denzo is going to help us out a lot, actually. I think I can jump on this branch, yes. Oh gosh. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's look at the map and see where we're supposed to go. Oh, we're supposed to go that way, but there was a red door in the way. So I think there might be a switch somewhere that I just missed. I'm probably going to die soon. Especially if I... Let's get past that scorpion before he gets me. Oh.
He wants to know about underwater boss.
Yeah, we beat the underwater boss. Oh, don't go into poison. Oh gosh. I think it's funny. It must be acid or something, because it couldn't be poison because we're a robot. I don't think we found anything up there, so not too much time lost right now. Let's see. Yeah, the underwater boss is pretty. I like that snake boss. He's a cool boss. It's a good tutorial for the next boss in the game, who I'm hyping up probably way more than I probably should. And we're gonna get there and it's like, that's it? What? Oh no, don't stab me. So, sorry.
Imagine if scorpions actually shot out their stinger like that.
I was gonna say, or using a web. Like, that would freak me out.
Oh my gosh.
Spider scorpions that shoot their stinger 4 times
Yeah,
longer
the
than their
other
body.
thing that would make it worse is if they could fly, too.
I think I might be able to go down this way. There's got to be a switch somewhere that I'm missing. Let's clear the monsters in this area. We learned from a different area that switches only stay active on the screen unless it was like the green switch from the water area, but I don't think that's what this thing is. Let's see. There's got to be a button somewhere that I'm missing.
Denzo informs us that this is this area is a time sink, and it's the wrong way, so you should go right.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Or we could kill ourselves, and that'd be the fast track to the right. Let's see. Oh my gosh. The classic monster is distracting you. Is that it? I think that might be it.
At least you can shoot through the level geometry.
Yeah.
Denzo says down, but first go up on the branches.
Yeah, I see it right there. We got it. I almost went this way earlier, but I'm like, yeah, it's probably just a disc or something. Well, that's what you do sometimes. Especially if it's been a while since you played something. Playing Super Metroid again was really interesting. I accidentally got Super Bombs way earlier than I should have, so I just can't help myself. If I can sequence break, I do it. Okay, so though this area did not open until we killed all those enemies, which is the first time that's happened.
Denzo said you were supposed to go up on the branches.
Oh, is there a thing up there? Well, we're down here now, so...
Oh, I think he meant just to hit the box that blew up the path.
Oh, okay.
Oh, alright, yeah.
Yeah, we're a little past that now. You know what? I'm just gonna face tank these guys because... Actually, I know I need to get good at these guys because we're gonna need to later. So we're gonna practice with them.
If the main problem on this station is a computer virus, why are you listening to the computers?
You mean the messages that are on the computers?
Yeah.
Ooh, good point.
Dun dun dun.
It's just lying to you, that's the twist. Everything is a misdirect.
Nick's figured out the big question.
The message about the tree branches. Ooh, I don't know if those branches look sturdy enough for a robot.
And yeah, Super Metroid is definitely the first I'm lost, where do I go game for most people.
Right. Okay, this is it. This is the moment of truth. If you can't get good here, then you will not pass this game.
I keep thinking those frogs are enemies.
Alright, I'm gonna... You guys can converse. I'm going to focus for this next part and see if I can do it my first try.
What's a topic of conversation we can discuss, Nick, that will distract Darren?
Hey, remember that one time,
Riveting. Oh my gosh. So my son, when he sees me playing games now, he's like, are you playing Metroid? I'm like, this game is called, oh, what was it? Headlander.
Oh yeah, when you're playing Headlander, that's a great story.
Oh my gosh, it was hilarious. So I was playing Headlander and he's like, he's playing Metroid. I'm like, yeah, I'm playing, well, it's not Metroid, it's called Headlander. And then I popped my head off because that's the main mechanic in the game. He's like, Daddy, fix it, oh my gosh. We're not gonna make this. We are so not gonna make this. Not in our first try anyway. Although it doesn't really matter how much damage I take because eventually you have to learn not to take damage anyway in order to get past this part. But we just lost half our hit points already, so it's not really a good sign. Come on.
Enzo asked if you remember the racing challenges in Ori 2.
Yeah. Whoops. And we just fell. Oh, we might as well heal ourselves. I passed all of them. They're fun. They're,
I feel like that's one series that I would thoroughly enjoy and haven't played yet.
I think I agree. You seem to like the platforming in Hollow Knight. Like, people that like the platforming in Hollow Knight as one of their favorite things, I recommend them Ori.
Yeah, I had no problem with, what was that place called? White Castle?
The White Palace, yeah.
White Palace.
The
Yeah.
infamous White Palace.
It felt like Meat Boy really toned me for that.
Yeah. Oh gosh. You really have to learn how to dodge everything in this area. Oh, I forgot you have to use the grappling hook on those. I like how these.
So wait, what you're saying is there is a annoying gauntlet of enemies in platforming to get to a boss?
Thankfully, you can use a save point before you do the boss.
Oh, alright, that's good.
Nick, you missed your chance. So, good design.
Oh man, that would have been perfect.
I did not mean to hit that computer. Okay, focus.
Something you might like, Nick. There's a video called "How
no, again.
Not to Play Dark Souls." There's another streamer that just complains constantly about what he's playing if it's hard, and it's just great. It's just like a supercut of him failing and complaining.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Failing and
It really
blaming
is
it on the
amazing.
mechanics.
I'm pretty sure that the
Oh
video's
yeah,
called...
I mean anything he'll blame it on.
Oh yeah, lag when he's playing offline.
Yeah, or one he's like, I blocked that, and then the person who edited it shows it in slow motion with his back to the enemy.
Oh yeah, I can't even hurt that thing until I charge. I forget that factor. Okay.
I feel like the people that are good at doing... Sorry, I'm talking to Enzo. He just said that he had a college friend, and he told him about the White Palace, and he wasn't happy about it since he was so frustrated about having to hit your nail downwards. And I feel like that mechanic, there are people that played Legend of Zelda 2 and DuckTales growing up that have no problem pogoing on stuff, and then there are people that didn't and have huge problems pogoing on stuff.
So for future reference, I think I can skip that B on this direction. Okay, I think if
Yeah,
I do...
I think you're right, Nick. It's like it's this mechanic that gets burned in your brain no matter what you're playing if there's something similar.
Oh yeah. I mean, it basically plays out like it almost feels like the timing is the same between games.
All right, we'll get this. So if
You
you
ever
ever
wonder how people got around these areas before Calamity hit? Like, how was this station make any sense for like a random technician walking around?
So you do find a
He's like, how am I going to get up there?
you do find a, like when you get the dash, the movement upgrades would kind of might answer that question. Eventually you get what's basically a jetpack. So it's entirely possible that the researchers...
The researchers are grappling everywhere.
Right. It's possible, I don't know. It doesn't make sense, but...
When they were building a robot to send in here, they're like, hey, the mechanics in there needed jetpacks to get around. Should we put a jetpack on the robot? And they're like, nah, he'll probably find one.
There's got to be a million of them in there.
Alright, I can skip this, I know that. Just kill the bugs, dang it. Oh, goodness. Okay. This is not a good start. I think there might be a healing, like partway through this, like a mercy heal. Oh gosh. Oh, I made it. Nice.
I think we're looking at probably a solid 10-15 second delay between what you're seeing and what we're seeing.
It's
I was
entirely
gonna say
possible.
we get it spoiled. Oh, I made it, and I'm like, it's not even.
Sorry about that. I did that in order to try and make the stream less choppy. I might switch it back to what I had it. Oh gosh, no. What I had it as after we get out of this area, and upgrade my computer as quickly as I can.
So here's a question. Would you say that Hollow Knight is innovative, or did it just streamline and perfect existing mechanics?
Well, define innovation is what I would start there. If you're talking about coming up with new things, it has a couple. I think that the way it handles healing is novel. And I think that that's enough of a core mechanic that you could say that that is part of what makes Hollow Knight Hollow Knight. And one of the reasons why people compared Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which is, by the way, a mouthful to say.
Just call it Ori 2.
Yeah, that's easier. I like trying to use the grappling hook, and it was just easier to do it that way. Okay. Actually, I don't think there is a mercy heal here. I think I'm screwed. Oh, gosh.
Ah, you're gonna do it, man.
Okay, growth control
First try,
system has
even.
been shut down. Okay.
Alright, I'll let you know when you actually shut it down on our screen.
And there it goes.
Alright, so, whoa. Note that this place is different now.
Just pretend
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Darren is like super confident in what he's doing, so he's calling out what he's gonna do before he actually does it.
It's the gaming equivalent of swinging at the fence.
Just so you know, what people are hearing on my end is actually in real time based off of what I'm playing when you guys are talking, so...
So we just look like idiots then.
Yes. Alright, here is the moment of truth. Let's see if I can handle it. Probably not. Okay, gotta get rid of the bug spawners. Oh no. We are not gonna make it the first time. I mean, I barely made it up
that
there.
attitude.
I love that line. I use it so often. My students hate it.
Do they know you're saying it as a joke, or are you
Oh
actually
yeah,
saying
yeah,
it seriously?
absolutely. No, they know. It's my go-to eye roll thing.
Alright, I think we might make it. We
I
might
want to
make
hear
it.
those stories, Nick.
What was that?
I want to hear teacher stories.
Oh, we might actually do it the first try. Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh my gosh, we did it the first try. That is so hard. Oh my, well, it wasn't necessarily. It's first try since we got to the computer. Obviously, it took me a while to get up there, but... Okay, take a deep breath.
Well done. And Denzo says congratulations.
Yeah.
And well done.
All right, now it's that time for the part where I am definitely not going to get it on the first try. Welcome to Overgrowth. And I think if we make it past this, we will end the stream on this boss. Because I think we're running on 10 o'clock now.
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
So when I first saw this boss, I was like, oh, that's cute. It's that one boss from Super Metroid. Oh my gosh.
And then it got
I
way
don't
less
remember how
cute
to,
real.
I don't even remember how to hurt this boss, to be honest.
You shoot him until his health is gone.
He remembered how to hurt you.
Okay, that's right. So he sticks his tongue out, and then you hit his tongue. Oh my
And if I was him, I would never stick my tongue out.
It's a good idea, really. Okay. I've
And
already
how can you
consigned.
throw those little ink Tic Tacs at him?
Alright, I think I think he might not open his mouth or stick his tongue out until you hit him a couple of times. So we're gonna. Okay. Oh. So note how much damage I'm dealing to him. Okay, so now we have to blow his brains out, literally.
Oh my gosh, the walls shoot at you.
Yeah, that is what is dealing the damage. So, you know, you did the last boss, and he had 2 forms, and I was like, oh, that's neat. This boss also has 2 forms. I'm like, wait, is that going to be a thing from now on?
I like the use of like the tilting.
Yeah, it's clever.
Oh my gosh, we might be able to do it. Oh no, it's not happening. Oh gosh. And then he has a 3rd form!
Oh my gosh, this is savage. I would hate this.
Oh no!
I would hate this so much.
Okay, I didn't make it past the 2nd form the first time I fought this. I'm like, man, I'm doing so much damage to this guy. This guy's easy.
Oh gosh, you just took that right to the face.
I'm doing way better at this than how it happened the first time. Of course, you know, this isn't my first time doing this. You have to pay really close attention to everything on the field because those spikes at the bottom will glow before they deck you. Everything is wonderfully telegraphed. Oh gosh, he didn't do that before. But it is just so hard for this point in the game. So that's what I mean by this is like the Ornstein and Smo of this game. If you can't get good at this boss, then you should stop playing because it just gets harder from this point.
Well, if you can't get good and kill this boss, then really your 2 choices are quit or keep fighting this boss.
That's true. You are, I think, possibly locked in here after you use that save point. Maybe? I don't remember. So after you've activated the, I mean, there's not really any other place you can go. I think you get the dash ability from this boss. Ow. Which is the most important ability in the game. And one of my favorite parts of this game is the dash ability. Come on, stick your tongue out. I got so good at this first phase, the first time I fought this. I could no damage it the first time. Oh gosh. Ouch. Really need to pay more attention.
Is that called Mode 7 on the Super Nintendo, where they rotate a sprite? Or no, that's where it looks flat, like the airship on FF6.
Yeah, that's specifically for backgrounds. And Castlevania 4 used it to really interesting ways. Okay.
Also, was that the tech that was in Yoshi's Island? Like, Yoshi's Island had some fancy new tech that allowed them to, like, rotate sprites in innovative ways.
I don't know if that was it, but I know that's kind of what I'm thinking with the way that, like, this guy's head was moving around just now. That's what it reminded me of.
Oh, I already used my double jump. I didn't realize it.
Yeah, you'd need DSP or a Super FX chip on your cartridge to rotate sprites on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I think that there was like 5 games that used the Super FX chip, and Yoshi's Island was one of them. And of course, the most famous example is Star Fox.
Sure.
Okay,
Which, nowadays, Yoshi's Island is still an awesome game, and Star Fox is borderline unplayable.
Aged like milk.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know if it was even good back then.
I remember it being clunky back then, I think.
Yeah, but you put up with it because, holy cow, look at this game.
Yeah, it was a show-off game, but that was it.
It was basically a tech demo.
I'm gonna get a lot of people mad about that, probably.
Hey, Star Fox 64 was a great solid game. I mean, basically Star Fox was a
Oh, here we go, Darren. Go ahead.
What? Oh, does he not like Star Fox 64?
I like it. Darren does not.
I don't hate it. I just think it's kind of one of those. Yeah, it was fun.
That's
Denzo
not
says
what
to
you
use
said.
the hook shot in Phase 3 to get around.
That is a good idea. Okay, I've only taken 4 damage. Let's try and keep it that way. Alright, phase 2. Alright, head once to get his brain open. Try not to get hit during this phase so I can have plenty of hit points in the next phase to tank through damage. So the first time I played this, and I finally beat this boss. Oh man, that was not a good situation. If I can get through this with 10 hit points left, I'll be happy. And it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Oh, we might barely make it. Oh, nope, didn't happen. Oh gosh. So the first time I beat this boss, after I completed him, I fell in the acid when I had 1 hit point left, and had to do the whole thing again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would be, okay, well, I'm done.
That was fun, though.
Don't forget about your hook shot.
Right up until...
Oh no.
Yeah, these bosses are good.
No, they're fantastic. I love these bosses. Like, when you beat this guy, you feel so good about yourself. Plus, it's Cthulhu. Come on, you can't hate Cthulhu. Or it's a Lovecraftian horror.
Yeah, Cthulhu was not a donut.
We did it!
Meat donut.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you see that explosion after the boss fight? I was moving to the left because I'm like, I'm finally done, I'm going to go save, and then I walked into the acid pit without realizing I should have held still after the boss exploded, but oh my gosh, I was like face palming so hard that my fist was like melded with my face. Oh, it feels good to do that again. I love that boss. All right. Let's move forward just a little bit and we'll wrap up this stream. So the virus is affecting all the robots on the station as well.
So wait, there are already robots on the station?
Yep. All the machinery, the virus is spread to everything.
Why did they think it wouldn't spread to you?
Oh my gosh, I just figured out the twist at the end of this. There is no virus. You're the only one with a virus, and you're running around the station killing everything because you're malfunctioning.
Oh, that would be such a good twist.
Nobody say anything.
All the animals, all the computers and everything, all the blocks are just laying waste.
I've always thought that
They're
you
doing
are the
everything
bad
they
guy.
can to stop you.
All right, this is the dash. And when you use this, you're invincible. So I can go through that there. This is one of the most fun upgrades. And next to the grappling hook, I think it's what makes ESA as good as it is. All right, well, I think that we can't really top off Overgrowth as an ending.
Too soon, Denzo. Denzo said, imagine a Metroidvania with coronavirus theme.
There was one.
And you are spreading around the virus.
Reventure isn't a Metroidvania. Some people categorize it as one. Don't hurt me if you think it is. But they did an update where they had the coronavirus, and it was an uproar. There was
I bet.
so much anger. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And I don't think we can top Overgrowth, so we're going to stop here.
Bye, everyone.
Bye all.
Thank you for watching.